Psalm 46:10 says, "Be still and know that I am God." So I am paddling upstream in this series. I am advocating friendship. I am advocating the idea of connection and community, of being intentional, of pursuing people even in ways that are inconvenient. I said, make-believe friends are better than real friends in some senses because they always agree with us. Just like make-believe gods, make-believe children, make-believe spouses, imaginary friends can be easier to be around than real friends. Real friends can be inconvenient, but it is how we get better, and it is what we are called into. So today, I want to move in the opposite direction for a second, and I want to say, I am not suggesting by arguing for community that you should never be alone. Quite the opposite. I would argue that we need times alone, that we need times to be quiet. We need times of silence. What we have today is sort of, we're spending a lot of time in this gray zone where we're never actually in silence. We're never actually alone. We're never actually listening to God. We're never actually meditating on Scripture or just thinking. We're surrounded by noise and sort of cheap community. We wake up and I'm told, and maybe this is you, I don't mean to offend you, but I'm told some people wake up and the first thing they do is they check their iPhone and they start texting, or they turn on the TV and they start watching news shows. And they're living the rest of the day texting and emailing and talking on the phone. It's this surface community without ever actually having the deep community. I'm suggesting we got to spend more time on both sides of the spectrum. Now, maybe you spend a lot of time here and no time here. Okay, well then I'm going to call you to that. We have 3 boys. We have one boy who early on we realized that you couldn't punish the kid by sending him to his room because that's what he wanted. He wanted to be alone. We had another child who you could punish by sending him to his room. If you put him out on the front porch, he made friends with the mailman and the people driving the car down the street, whatever. His punishment had to be isolation, which was hard to get because he would always find people. This person was like, you cannot be alone. You're going to have to be with other people. We're wired differently. Okay, fine. We all need to adapt to however God made us. But I'm calling you to deep community, and I'm calling you to deep times alone of silence and reflection and times with God. And I'm calling to say, we can't spend all our time in this middle zone. So tomorrow we'll be back advocating community because I think we got a lot more on this half of the spectrum going on right now. We got a lot more in sort of a middle third quadrant. We don't have the kind of quiet time that I want for you, but we don't have nearly the deep community that I want. So I got a very specific thing that I think God calls us to. I'm going to keep hitting it. Have a good day.